He who is afraid to ask is ashamed of learning. It's a Danish proverb. What's up, folks? J Wade here, and I'm happy to have you. Glad you could join me as I talk to you a little bit of today about learning and being motivated to learn, because that's the key and that's what's important. See, there's a certain type of pride and certain type of ego that comes with confidence. And when we talk about confidence, that's just you knowing exactly what it is that you are working with and what you're talking about. And I'll be the first one to tell you that confidence breeds confidence. That's how you get confident in what you speak about and what you talk about and what you do. But sometimes you just got to shut up and listen. It's okay to learn from others. In my mind, that's the best way to do it. I mean, why would you try to go and figure out everything yourself? Somebody's typically or usually already done that. So you got to find yourself a way to take advantage of all of those things that somebody else has already done. Once you can apply those to you, then guess what? That's when you begin learning. But you can't do that if you're afraid to ask. See, I understand that it's kind of a joke that people are like, well, you know, the only question not asked is a dumb question. In my book, that's one of the realest things that you could ever do, is ask a question that you need the answer to. I mean, you got to go to those that are doing it. And one mistake that I want to make sure that you don't make is that you always go to somebody that's been doing it for a while. You see, things change every day and things become anew. So when you have somebody that's young and somebody that's upcoming, a lot of times people that have been doing it for a while can view them as a threat. But see, what that youngster has done, that youngster has went ahead and grabbed and absorbed all that information that's been put out there. And they've gathered it from many different sources. And now that they've got it from many different sources, they can put it together and put a new spin on it. And once they put a new spin on it, see, that may be the way that you take it and that may be the way that you hear it clearly. So you can't ever discount an education based on what you find on the surface. You got to dig deeper and you got to search deeper. I'm a firm believer that you always right about 2 questions away from the truth. The problem is, do you want to ask that question and do you want to get to the truth, or do you want to believe what you want to believe? Because sometimes those beliefs can be in line with your beliefs, and they can also be in line with your understanding. So you can't love a yes man or a yes woman. You got to look at both sides of the coin. You got to look at somebody who think that might not work. And while on the surface, that does seem kind of counterintuitive. How come I'm going to find somebody that might tell me no, or that's a bad idea? This is when it comes into play. You say, so you 2 questions away from the truth, right? So you can ask 2 different questions. You can ask them why they feel that way and have they tried it before. Because see, if they tried it before, now you know at least one way that it ain't going to work. So you can skip that and move on to what it is that you're going to do. And at that point, you've asked a question and you've decided to learn. The only thing that you got to do now is put it into practice. And to do that effectively is another key. Success doesn't come from having or just doing one thing. It's a combination of a lot of things, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But if you want to get on that winning track, you got to let go of some of that ego and some of that pride and ask some of those questions that you really need the answers to. You can't sit around confused like, I don't understand why this is working for that person and it's not working for me. It won't hurt you to ask that question. And if that person is true to you, if that's somebody that wants to take care of you, guess what? They're going to give you that answer of their own free will. So come to terms with that. I know you've heard before, those that seek, they shall find. So if you want to find the answers and get to where you're trying to get to and go to where you're going, you got to ask some questions. So as I wrap this up, I want you to ask yourself one question. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? Or what question do you need to ask to get you to the next level? So smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to subscribe if you have not done so. So be motivated and get out there and help others. Y'all know I'm J Wade. Peace.